Welcome back, dear viewers, from agriculture and plantation to archaeology. Kuwait's desert holds more than sand and silence. It holds stories that go back thousands of years. Through ongoing archaeological research, scientists are uncovering traces of early human life, revealing how people once lived, built, and interacted across this region long before modern civilization. Today, we shed light on one of these remarkable archaeological projects that's helping us understand Kuwait's ancient past and its role within the wider history of the Gulf and Mesopotamia. Let's all welcome our guest, Professor Piotr Bielinski, archaeologist at the Polish Center of the Mediterranean Archaeology, University of Warsaw. It's really a pleasure to have you, Professor Bielinski.
Well, I was first a bit astonished that I was invited because people considered archaeology as something a bit boring, except the famous Indiana Jones, of course.
Yeah, the movie.
So that's, well...
Yeah, that's true. No, it's really a pleasure to have you in Good Morning Kuwait. We are really honored, Professor Bielinski.
Me too, yeah. Because that's offering a possibility to talk to general public in Kuwait, showing how rich is the country, the past of this country.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And, well,
it's really interesting. So could you tell us about the main goals of your archaeological research in Kuwait?
That's not the simplest question you can invite.
True.
No, it's, seriously, of course, we have the general goals, and for every season of field excavations, we have particular goals. That's normal.
Yeah.
But the general goal is to uncover and understand how it is possible, how it was possible, that well, 8,000 years ago on Kuwaiti desert flourished a quite large settlement which was well, producing jewelry for exportation to Mesopotamia, and with well, first inland. Usually those sites which are connected with trade inside the Gulf are situated on the shore.
That's true.
This one, it's inland, and well, it was prosperous one, and its exchange of well, goods with Mesopotamia certainly was also exchange of ideas. And the rise and fall of so-called Bahra site, it's a fabulous story, and we are studying it with original curiosity. What surprises still we can expect?
Absolutely, definitely. Speaking of Bahra, what makes the Bahra 1 site unique and you know, compared to the other ancient settlements in the region?
You need to switch on your imagination. The desert, some, well, 8 kilometers to the seashore, really on the dunes. One day, or well, maybe some nomads or semi-nomads had a ritual meeting point, tribal stuff. But, well, they left a stone, made of stone, in this circular area. We cannot really understand what for they erected it, but there were some original stone tools. They were producing different things. Then, within quite a short time, instead of well, some small huts, irregular, appear regularly planned rectangular houses, multi-roomed, with rich equipment, and we see a lot of small workshops producing beads from the seashells. Different sort of beads, certainly of well, good quality, and importing the goods from Mesopotamia. Luxurious pottery, painted, which was well, using certainly for well, ceremonial life, because in parallel we have the local pottery of slightly lower quality. But not only we are witnessing this well, exportation of goods, we are witnessing exportation, or rather exchange of ideas. I don't know how it worked. That's what we would like to study again.
Definitely,
and again.
Yeah, indeed. You will definitely come to the end of that road, definitely. But how does these discoveries, Professor Bielinski, change what we know about early life in the Arabian Gulf?
First, it showed that the 8,000 years ago, the people living inland, it means, well, nomads or semi-nomads, were in close contact with Mesopotamia. And what we know from later times, there was not a well, permanent anonymity among well, the pastoralists against well, cultivators. No, there was a cooperation.
There is also cooperation.
And that's fabulous to see that that was the times where the exchange of goods, well, a bit like in present-day Kuwait.
Yes,
well, that was exportation.
Absolutely. So what kind of materials or artifacts, have been found that help reconstruct the daily life of people at that time, back then?
Besides production of beads, which I mentioned already, they were hunting gazelles.
Okay.
They
so we
were herding sheep.
Nice.
They were, well, also herding goats. So there was food. But they imported grain from Mesopotamia for what they were sending these beads I mentioned.
Indeed.
They are getting wheat imported because, well, on the desert they cannot cultivate.
That's true. So you mentioned the cooperation between Arabian Peninsula and the Mesopotamia. Is there any other forms of cooperation?
Yes, because the inhabitants of Bahr side became so rich, as for this period, that they imported also certain, let's say, symbolic goods.
Wow.
They imitated some forms of the jewelry.
Jewelry,
But they imported also, well,
so they had
like people that today are importing certain exotic goods.
Exactly.
They were importing, for example, parts of figurines.
So
which are characteristic for southern Mesopotamia.
So they had the luxury and privilege to buy those things or trade those things with Mesopotamia.
Yeah.
That's really...
So, and well, if you look at their houses, well, you see that it was, well, they were copying, adopting to desert conditions, models from southern Mesopotamia. It has been going so far that they erected a kind of a shrine imitating the shrine from southern Mesopotamia.
Okay, amazing.
That's fabulous. We cannot say if they imported the religious beliefs.
No, but definitely they...
But it was a holy place,
yeah.
which survived
it's like a temple or something
for 100 years.
Yeah.
And then came the fall of this village, which was caused by the development of seafaring. It means the most important good everybody wanted at the time was copper.
Okay, copper.
But the people living in Bahra, they also imported copper.
Copper, okay.
From the land of Magan, it means what's today Oman.
Oman, okay. So they used to travel all the way to Oman and come back.
I think that they were part of the chain which were connecting through seashores of the southern shore of Gulf, land of Magan, what's today Kuwait and Emirates, to southern Mesopotamia.
So what's I want to know what exactly Professor Bielinski discovered that surprised him.
You know, that's the most difficult question. Nothing, that's the whole assembly of data, which is fabulous.
Fabulous, okay.
Yes, the heads of the figurines, really imported from Mesopotamia, maybe imported. But they were importing some goods, but it doesn't mean that they have sharing the same beliefs as the Mesopotamians. No, they were living their life. But what it's very interesting, one day came a fall of the village, but it was rebuilt, and even much later, this sacred area, which was, as I mentioned, the meeting point for tribes, was rebuilt and rebuilt and rebuilt. We cannot say when it really stopped, but you have to imagine it's over 10,000 square meters of densely packed with houses.
Amazing. So if I go to similarities and I compare, okay, are there similarities between Kuwait's ancient landscape and other regions you have visited, okay, like Oman or Mesopotamia?
We are talking about the Gulf countries, but they are very different.
Okay.
They are very different.
There's differences.
Sometimes, because, well, let's say Proto-Arabs, we can use, well, that's invented name. Like today, they were not, well, the people living in Bahrain were different from those living in Kuwait.
In Kuwait, that's true.
Because the different tribes, well, language, later beliefs were uniting them. But they have their own, developing their own traditions.
Amazing. And if I may say, how would these archaeological discoveries contribute to Kuwait's cultural heritage and global understanding of the ancient civilizations?
First, it's showing that Kuwait in the past was not only, well, Failaka Island, it means only orientated towards the sea. They were important land-settled tribes, semi-nomads and nomads, but traveling by land, not only by sea.
By sea, also by land.
We have documents, much later cuneiform documents, showing that those semi-nomads were in close contact with, well, villages of southern Mesopotamia. It means they were not always enemies, the opposition.
They were one, definitely.
No, there was a regular cooperation.
I mean, wouldn't two rivers, you know, always, you know, basically, they are the magnet of civilizations, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely, you know, all the even surrounding areas definitely going to be connected to the rivers also. So that's why I see, I don't know, like as a conclusion, just logical thinking, they would be friends, definitely.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's, it means the people of the desert were part of the same human chain
of
living in this part of the Near East.
Indeed.
They were not, well, stupid, savage people. No, they were members of the same human, well, chain, let's say.
Absolutely. In your opinion, Professor Bielinski, what can modern societies learn from how ancient communities in Kuwait managed their natural resources?
In fact, we are entering land with mines, because what I can say, it's better to trade than to fight. It means, well, the cooperation. And this cooperation existed, well, within the Gulf for thousands of years. And it's better to remember that this cooperation have a very old roots and was part of life. Well, the caravans of donkeys, the caravans of camels, caravans walking, but that were always exchange of ideas and, well, close contacts. And that's, I think, the most important lesson.
Absolutely, absolutely. Professor Bielinski, we are out of time, unfortunately, and really I would like to go on and on, because it's really interesting conversation. I'm really learning, and you are enlightening us. But if there is last message, you know, today you want to convey for our viewers.
That to understand the present times, it's sometimes important to see, to look back into the past and to remember where from we came, and we owe a lot to our ancestors.
Indeed.
They were not so different from
our
us.
ancestors. Yeah. Professor Piotr Bielinski, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Piotr Bielinski, archaeologist at the Polish Center of Mediterranean Archaeology, University of Warsaw. Thank you very much. And dear viewers, please stay tuned. Don't go away. We'll go for a break and we'll be back.